Food and Beverage Magazine Live, bringing food and beverage to life. With your hosts, James Beard Award winner Jennifer English and Food and Beverage Magazine publisher Michael Politz. Featuring leaders in the hospitality, branded food and beverage, and CPG industries, many of whom are Jennifer and Michael's friends in the business. For an informal and informative conversation where friends in the business share the latest intel, ideas, and best practices. Live, juicy inside scoop from the tastemakers, newsmakers, bread bakers, drink shakers, spoon lickers, clam diggers, farms, foodies, and friends of the food and beverage magazine world. Here are your hosts, Jennifer English and Michael Politz.
That's my friend. He's joining us today. Chef Claudy Pierre joins us from his test kitchens in New York City. Hi, everybody. I'm Jennifer English, your editor-at-large of Food and Beverage Magazine, and this is Food and Beverage Magazine Live. We're going to go and visit with Chef Claudy Pierre because he is an extraordinary man on a mission. He joins us now. He's part of our Food and Beverage Magazine Clubhouse tribe, and I'm thrilled to welcome him tonight because you know what? He's ready. And the question is, are you? Chef, welcome.
Oh my gosh. Welcome. Thank you for having me. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. The energy from the clubhouse literally is carrying over right now to straight up to this conversation. So I'm excited to talk to you, and I'm excited to be on this platform with you. Thank you so much.
You are here, my friend. You are here.
Yep. I'm ready. You said it. You said who's ready? I said I'm ready. Let's go.
All right. Chef Claudy Pierre is the president and founder of the Eminent Hospitality Solutions Group. We'll have the websites for all his links. But I want to start by showing a video that you sent to us that is just awesome. And what we're going to do is while we're showing it, we're going to listen to it together, and then I'm going to have you tell me about how you became a man on a mission and what your mission is. So let's go to the video.
Go for it.
Impact. Having a strong effect on someone or something. To be an impact is to work with your community, praying, coming together, and serving one another. Having impact is being happy and really showing each other the love, the agape love. Having impact is continuously striving to be great. I am Chef Claudy Pierre, EAT Initiative, Empowerment, Awareness, and Training Initiative.
Having fresh food is a right, almost like running water. Everyone should have the right to grow and to procure and secure fresh food.
Hi, my name is Jomar Davis. I'm here with the EAT Initiative. I wanted to talk about Claudy Pierre. He's a father, a mentor, a great man, and a neighborhood hero. Working with Claudy has been an enriching experience. It allowed me to travel, allowed me to work out a capacity that helps improve my lifestyle and also the man that I'm becoming. It's been an all-around great time working with him. He's loving, he's supportive, he shares his vision on a daily of where we're going and where we've been, and that I'm just grateful. So stay tuned.
Food means to me nourishment. Food is health. Food is wealth. Food is fun. Food is family. Food is a way of life. And I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're white, black. I don't care, your financial situation. We constantly have to figure out how to eat. And nothing better than eating together with people you love and care for. You make better decisions. Now, the one thing I will say is food is interesting because all of our memories are associated, all of our good and bad memories are associated around food. How you felt when, you got broken up with. How you felt when you actually got the number, or you got with the person that you care about, how you felt at that graduation, at that wedding. You know, we associate a lot of things with food, and we don't even realize how relevant it is in our everyday lives. Or what about the lack thereof? What about the fact that there's so many people who can't make decisions because of a lack of food? What about the fact that there's people who, when they're grieving, they can't cope properly because they're not equipped with the right food or the right amount of nutrition? What about the people who are in third world countries? What about the people who are poor? What about the homeless? So just like us, sometimes, you know, we're human and we're just thinking about ourselves. Thinking about food is thinking about a collective. Thinking about a community. Food is community.
My name is Naomi Ritter, and I am the Chief Operating Officer for Eminent Hospitality and Eat Initiative. Basically what I do is I focus on relationship building, branding and marketing, scheduling, sort of all the things in between. We're a very small team, so I end up having to do a lot of things. But I really enjoy working with Chef Claudy and working with Jomar and working with Latasha. We are a really close-knit team, and we're really intentional about serving our communities, making sure that we get some healthy and great tasting food out to people. And this has really just been a once-in-a-lifetime experience. So I just want to say thank you to the team, and thank you to everyone who supports us. And look out for what we have coming next.
The takeaway from this is investing in our communities and realizing the return on investment. The takeaway from this is making sure that people understand that if we invest in one another, we're going to grow, we're going to build, and we're going to strive and sustain.
Wow. It's crazy because watching it,
feel to see that?
Believe it or not, it still gives me chills.
Gave me chills too, brother.
It still gives me chills. And the funniest thing is that was done locally. We also have one that was done by Chime Bank, and we've been getting some international recognition.
And they won an award.
Impact Award with PNC Bank and Neighborhood Allies. And for us, it's not about the awards. It's literally about the impact that we have in the community and really connecting the dots. There's so much good work. The one thing that people don't talk about, and I want you to follow me with this. We hear a lot about disparity and scarcity during the pandemic. The one thing that I want to talk about is how much people actually came together. There's actually a narrative that people don't talk about enough, is that there's a lot of people who actually, white, black, different cultures, around food particularly, who came together, who said, hey, I have a restaurant, I have a casino, I have a catering company. I want to make sure people have access to food during this pandemic. And that's an unsung hero. And I want to talk about that and a lot of the things that I do because, you know, we've been able to, you know, use like a Clubhouse or different platforms as a way for us to actually come together and really help one another throughout this pandemic and throughout a whole situation that was a catastrophe. And we're using it to come together and build relationships that are literally changing our futures.
You know that video we just showed?
Mm-hmm.
You could have been talking about the mission we have for our Clubhouse tribe.
Mm-hmm.
The video we just showed is the mission that you and your team are on. We came together. We're
Mm-hmm.
aligned. Clearly, we're all being brought together for one bigger purpose. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about your mission. And let's talk about how you became a man on a mission.
Well, thank you for that. And like I said, I want to highlight the fact that we're breaking silos. Food is unique. Food is the one thing that we all have to do. Some people like tech, some people don't like tech. Some people like, medicine, some people don't. We have different views. We have different political views. We have different religious views. But guess what we all have? We all have to eat. You know what I mean?
I'm going to tell you, our publisher, Michael Politz, and I don't always agree. We don't see eye to eye. But the one thing we do agree on is that food is love.
Food is love. And guess what? it could be taken differently. Imagine that person that you're hungry and they don't share food with you. Food can become hate. You know what I mean? Like, food can make you remember that moment when someone had some food and they didn't share. You're like, I never forget it. I was starving, I almost died, and he didn't share with me. But on the other hand, when you have some food and you share it and you show love, believe it or not, it will change your life. That wedding, that graduation, that bat mitzvah, that opportunity for you to date, that first date, all revolves around food.
James Beard, the father of American gastronomy, said that food unites us.
It's the one thing. It's the one thing that's consistent. And you have to eat multiple times a day. Multiple times a day, you have to eat. So that's why I think it's unique. But for me, I started cooking. My family's from Haiti, right? And so I never had a lack of food. We cook rice and beans, a lot of meager, humble beginnings, but we cook rice and beans and all types of different things. And that was the one thing we had abundance of. We found a way to cook and really work with each other. I thought, believe it or not, I was tricking my grandmother, my grandma Lucienne Marie de Sources, and she's beautiful. She's 92 years old, and I love her to death. She's still alive. I thought I was tricking her by saying, "Hey, grandma, what are you doing? Let me taste that," so I could get an early taste. There's 9 kids in my family, so she was the grandma. She came from Haiti just to watch us and allow my mother and my dad to work. And she tricked me. I thought I was tricking her into tasting food. She tricked me into learning. She was like, "Oh, you know what? Won't you wash these beans and won't you add the rice?" And next thing you know, I was doing a whole bunch of stuff, and she's not even in the kitchen anymore. And she's like, "Oh, don't worry, I'll be out in a second. Go ahead and put the rice in, and go ahead and So next thing you know, I'm like cooking all this food, and I'm excited. And I'm like, wait a minute, I thought I was tricking her. She's tricking me. And next thing you know, I am a chef. And as much as I thought that I was tricking her, she caused me to be in the kitchen a lot. I went to Le Cordon Bleu, and I got the French training in the background. And the unique thing is they would tell me stuff like, rice, to cook rice properly, it's a 2-to-1 ratio, 2 parts rice to 2 parts water to 1 part rice. Right. And my grandmother, she taught me the Haitian way is to add put the water half through the pot, add the rice until it became a point, which literally is 2-to-1 if you think about it. But she didn't have that formal training. She just taught me the ways that she knew, which was formal. There was a French formal way, but she was so fortunate to show me these things, and it didn't have a formal. She just showed me the right way to do things, and I'm just so blessed. So long story short, got in a little bit of trouble. Just to be honest, I'm not perfect. In high school, I had a little bit of run-ins with the law, and I was a football standout. And so those of you who are out there who literally who thinks that it's over because you get in trouble, it wasn't. And I said, God, if you get me out of this jam, I want to do something and make an impact, and I want to give back to the world the gifts that you give me. And literally, he got me into culinary school, and then I went to the University of Pittsburgh. And right after that, I was able to literally skyrocket all the networks, all the people that I met. I was able to literally leverage that, and I've been literally taking off. We started the Eat Initiative. I worked in hotels like the Waldorf Astoria. I worked in different restaurants like 11 in Pittsburgh, PA, the Steelhead Grill. These are renowned restaurants with Chef Greg Allison. I worked under Chef Derek Stevens, Daniel Mosby. So I was fortunate enough to take the street smarts that I had, as well as the love and the care that I have for food from the Haitian background, and also the French Le Cordon Bleu education. And now I compiled it all between the streets, the formal education of French cuisine, and the love that I have and the resilience, 1804 Haitian Revolution. I'm able to take that and form my own form of cooking that is second to none. And people are excited when they see us pull up, because they're like, they know the food is good, they know the story is good, and we're going to have a good ass time just really pushing the narrative of resilient, tasty food day in and day out. So that's really how I got into it, man. My grandmother and just
you know the story. You know the story. And sorry to interrupt you, but you know the story you're telling. It's the same story in that video where that young man said, "The man that I'm becoming." You just told the story of the man you became.
Yeah.
I want to go to the next video we have of yours. This is awesome. Stand by. This is, and before we do that, we're going to take a very quick break for a message from our sponsors. I'm Jennifer English, editor-at-large of Food and Beverage Magazine. This is Food and Beverage Magazine Live. The one and only Chef Claudy Pierre is here. We'll be right back.
Whether you are thinking about becoming a restaurateur or you are already in the business, Michael Politz has written a must-read, The Food and Beverage Magazine's Guide to Restaurant Success. Pick up your copy today at Barnes & Noble, Amazon, Books A Million, or wherever fine books are sold.
There he is.
Let's go. Let's go. Game time, baby. Let's go. Let's go. My name is Chef Claudy Pierre. I am entrepreneur, restaurateur, and community stakeholder. I live here in the historic Hill District of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
As we were phasing out Arnold, we ended up having all this food that we had to use. And we know people have trouble accessing food and basic needs. So what are we gonna do? Make the food and give it to people.
Since the beginning of the pandemic, we've been able to serve about 30,000 meals to the residents and the community. We're working together to better our situation. You need to make the community work for itself. That's the investment.
We think it's time banking chimed in for people like Claudy. Chime is recognizing his work with $10,000. And we can do the same for a change maker in your community.
Chef Claudy Pierre, welcome back. This is the first, not the last time that we will visit together. Next time you come on, let's cook something together. But before we let you go, and thank you for being here with us and turning us on to the EAT initiative. I do some volunteering with an organization called Gap Ministries. There are organizations like ours all across the country. What advice, or it's not advice. What inspiration do you have to make all of us that love food, that are all of us that are united by food, get up and take some action tomorrow when we wake up that's going to serve the people that connect with us by, through, and around food?
Well, I think it's low-hanging fruit, pun intended. You know what I mean? It's low-hanging fruit. When you think about the fact that food is around us, we can grow it, we can donate money to it if it's a couple of dollars, or if you have something extra, a canned good. The inspiration for me is that every single one of us can make an impact and make a difference. That's inspiration in itself. The other thing is that you don't even realize how important it is until you don't have it. And so those of us who do have it, we need to give to one another. We need to show each other love, and everybody can be a hero by just donating a can or two or a couple of dollars. But what I wanted to say is the education around understanding that we all wake up. How many of us wake up, right, and we're hangry? We know, like, you wake up and you're like, man, I wish somebody would say something to me. I'm starving. I need to do all this work. I need to go to school. I need to learn. I need to, whether it's a student or whether it's an elderly citizen or someone who works. Food changes our lives, each and every one of us. Imagine that person that does not have access to it. Imagine that person that does not have an opportunity to say, hey, I can go in my pantry and make something right now. Imagine that person that does not get a chance to make a financial decision or make a decision that literally will change their lives because they're so hungry, their stomach's growling. So let's all pour in to the EAT initiative or initiatives similar to the EAT initiative that is helping to feed people around the U.S. I'm excited.
Chef Pierre, I want to talk to you about this offline, but right now, I just want to make rice and beans for everybody that needs a good bowl of food.
Yes. And it's inexpensive and it's so tasty. Don't get me started.
You teach me how to make the Chef Claudy Pierre and his grandma bowl of rice and beans.
Listen, I would love to do that recipe with you. I'll do it as soon as you want to. Let's get it done.
Well, the reason I'm asking this, and there's a really serious reason why I'm asking this, I want to turn around and make it possible for anyone, anywhere, to make a batch of rice and beans for somebody hungry in their world. Could be someone in your family. It could be someone down your street. It could be anywhere. Hunger is everywhere, and it's hiding in plain sight. And one of the things that you've done is you've come here to teach us that there is not only hunger in plain sight, but there's something we can do. It's about the love and the action that's necessary. Your quote on your site, where there is no struggle, there is no progress.
Yep.
And this COVID has given us a struggle of a generation.
Yeah.
But the progress that we're making as an industry through Food and Beverage Magazine, through Clubhouse, and through this connection, we're going to make a difference. Thank you so very much for everything you do, and what a privilege.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. I can't thank you enough. I want to thank my team before I hang up. The initiative team and everybody else who supported us, donated time or money. Thank you so much. Please follow us at the Eat Initiative and at Chef Claudy Pierre on all platforms. Thank you so much for having him.
You and I are on the same track. You're running on the right. I'm running on the left. Here we go. We're going to go down the track together, and we're going to bring a lot of very well-fed people with us, because that's who we are, and that's what we do. Bon appetit.
Bon appetit. Thank you so much. And I'm looking forward to talking to you. So thank you so much. And
we got big things in the works. If you don't feel it, if you're watching this live right now and you don't feel this, watch it again and you'll feel it. I'm telling you, there's magic happening right now.
We're going to make sure they feel it. Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.
Need a push getting your spirits, wine, or beverage brand into the hands of consumers? Interested in winning medals like a double gold award? Proof Awards 2020, the ultimate beverage competition, can help jumpstart your brand into the hands of beverage buyers. Enter the Proof Awards. Be a part of the Proof Awards marketing campaign with our partner, Food and Beverage Magazine. All of our judges are buyers, and that's what sets our awards program apart from the others. Our judges head the beverage programs for restaurants, bars, nightclubs, casinos, liquor stores, big box retail, and national wine and spirits distributors. Your brand will be tasted by buyers from more than 15 states across the U.S. We have hundreds of categories to choose from at www.proofawards.com. Be seen by 12 million readers with our partner, Food and Beverage Magazine. Get tasted and rated by buyers. The 2020 Proof Awards competition is open for spirits, wine, and beverage brands today. Proof Awards 2020, moving brands into the marketplace. www.proofawards.com.